Blink is your boy, Yink. Give me a sec. Don't blink, it's your boy, Yink. Welcome to the show. So doing well, having a wonderful day on this 17 July 2005. It is sunset, as you can clearly see. It is a beautiful sunset, so we're gonna make video about it. I'm extremely ecstatic. I'm stoked. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking start this. I don't have the most charged batteries because we finished the live at 6 o'clock. You would think that 2 hours is enough to charge our phone, but no, because we're playing the tower. So yeah, so this is a bit of a problem, but hey, we'll make the most of what we have with what we have, and if it's enough, it's enough. If it's not enough, well, we'll deal with it. There's not much I can do. But I'm gonna try to do my best. Oh, shit. Shout out to my mom. Look at this. Shout out to my mom. Don't worry, Habibi. Everything will be okay. Stay strong. Don't be nervous. You're so awesome. Merci, mom. Okay. Don't blink, it's your boy, Yink. Welcome to our show. Considering well, having a wonderful day. Welcome to a literal cinematic sunset. It's beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. This is gorgeous. What we'll do is we'll do it a bit like that. There you go. Okay, now I'll have. Don't blink, it's your boy, Yink. Welcome to our show. You guys are doing well. Having a wonderful day on this beautiful 13th July 2005. There's gonna be no nature corn, but look at this. It is freaking gorgeous. Today we're talking about the tower. I was on Reddit today because I like Reddit a lot. I'm not familiar with Discord, but I like Reddit a lot. So I wanted to come in, and I wanted to what do we call it? I wanted to share it with you. I feel like this person, and I've been talking about my relationship with the tower. It's a video about the tower. I want to talk about my relationship with the tower, and actually, this is very well verbalized. So, enjoyed myself. We're gonna go ahead and watch it real quick. So we have Mr. Azari on Reddit. I'm gonna just try to show you. Perfect. So the name of the article it's not an article, it's a comment, but I'm gonna treat it as an article. Is the excitement gone? I'm not here to complain as many others do on a regular basis. I'm going to share my experience in the past month, even if it sounds like complaining. Like I said, I felt the exact same way because I just picked my nose. Yes, you saw. I have a pimple. It is the worst place. It's inside the nostril. So I can't go in and pierce it, but it's annoying. So I made a video with myself about why a little bit of a rant about the tower, and a lot of what I said was said here. This article date from 1 day ago. So today is the 17th of July to the 16th of July. Looking back for a few years, I downloaded a random game and I played for a bit. See, the goal is not to talk about myself, right? That's not the goal. However, it's very similar to my own experience, and because it is so similar to my own experience, I just think it's a perfect or almost perfect way of describing how I felt. Simple but complicated thing that grind my gears. It was interesting, simple but complicated thing that grind my gears, but it didn't stick. I didn't understand it. I abandoned it, and years later I saw an ad that brought me back running like a bloodhound. I stayed with it. I stood it. I tried to understand the game and brought me to a beautiful community. See, the thing on Discord, it's amazing, but on Discord it's a lot of the same people, and there's a lot of the same people that are having this mentality, right? There's super popular people, and there's other people that are not that popular. Something is wrong with my eye. Learn so much from you guys, and I'm grateful for what you do, share, and discuss here. I learned about almost everything I know about the tower. The existing part is kind of dwindling, I guess. I thought about this. The last update that we have was a while ago, and the update that we get are nice, but the feeling of it's nice doesn't last. So this is a bit of a problem. Um, uh, at almost a year, I reached that one cube coin, 1 quintillion, which is 1 5. Was a permanent member of the legend. You can tell that this person does. It's not the. I don't know. The word dwindling is actually pretty advanced. And getting some keep from time to time. I did consider this an achievement since I never bought stone. The coin pack were brought at month interval after I started, and only as personal reward. To focus on my first child first. Amen. Not a father, but with the rent like that. I had unemployment, and I was using the money of unemployment to buy stones, which is not good. My journey brought me to focusing more about the journey and trying to get some of those keys. I managed to get perma kinda with BC. BC it doesn't exist. BC is BH Black Hole. CF Chronofield boosted my damage and meticulously considered each lap hour to get the best ROE, return of investment. For the result, I started. See, the guy actually know what he's talking about. This guy actually thought about this comment, which is what I love. I read the comment and said, okay, well, I have to react to this. As a result, I started finishing in top 10 legend. Hell, with a lucky bracket, I even got a 6 personal best. Not worthy of my 500 or something like that weight, but I'll take it. They start to change, even though my progress slowed down. So, I understand that people are going to be saying, like, what's the point of reading this? Well, the point of reading this is, I'm sorry, this is a gorgeous sunset. Holy. A couple minutes ago, it was like this. I'm going to show you this one also. A couple minutes ago, it was like this, and now it's like this. So, I'm really happy that we're filming to film that. The reason why we're filming this video is, once again, this person feels a similar way that we do. But it's more than that. It's more than that. It's the fact that this person came in and is a fan of the show. Is a fan of the game. I came in with a rant because I'm a fan of the rants. I'm not complaining, but at the same time, the number of game that I picked up in the last 3 months and gave up on is insane. Insane. The fact that we still have those videos is meaningful to me. But at the same time, am I in love with the tower? No. But even with that considered, my progress was good enough to keep me at around 3K legend placement, but my bracket placement not all even get me keys anymore. And there's this guy who's called a cheater because he had this top 10, top 4 and legend, but its maximum rank it's at 4. Now this relic was absolutely back then it was top 10. The guy got it and then they changed to top 4, right? The game has gotten a major update in a long time. Then I don't agree. It's been 3 months. Guilty about the event boost when I felt the relic were worth it. Yeah, now we get the price increase and a new internal shop. I bet it's way better than for the dev financially, but it doesn't affect me since child overwrites Stone Pack. But no QL, quality of life, no bug fix, no nothing. People have been complaining about the bug fix. Mercy is not really there yet. We found out about auto reroll, ignoring the stats. Wanted a bug fix post. What? Why not disable it when that was found out so that people don't waste their charge? Whatever, not gonna be salty anymore. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of bracket fixing the incentive. This, to me, this is not interesting because the game is good on tournaments, but it's not that much better, you know? It feels... Okay, so tournament feels like a better way to spend your time, but it's, again, not the best way to spend your time, if I can. To be honest, bracket fixing to incentive spending incentive it's not pushing but motivating the player to motivating. See, this will close. The fact that it doesn't close, that's knock on wood. The beginning doesn't feel rewarding anymore. A new legend PB, personal best 17th, triple coin income in a month, literally nothing, because at some point the coin become obsolete. It really feels like there's nothing there anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love this game. I will be playing until the next update, at least, hoping for something. What do you feel about the current tower? Would love to hear your opinion. Okay, so the importance here is, again, I made a video. I'm a small content creator. Okay, this is not a me looking for follows. This is not me looking for views. However, if I told you that I was doing this out of charities, I would be lying. I absolutely am dreaming of this. You see, this, I'm going to be annoying, but this is what we had about 20 minutes ago. The clouds are moving fast. I have to show this on my phone. Because right now what we're filming this and we're filming the tower. We're filming this and we're filming the tower. We have Chi Tower game. The other one is charging because I thought it was charging, but the thing wasn't connected correctly. The USB key, not the USB key. Sorry, the plug, the Type C plug. I made a video about Rent, and of course I felt bad because it's a game that I love so much, right? But at the same time, it's a game that I love so much. It's a game that I'm starting to feel less and less love. You know, I've been excited about the tower in a while. I used to do literal tower videos, and I used them often. See, this is my third playthrough. I'm gonna check it out. Perfect. It's kind of so we have two playthrough. One of them is sword, which is incentive on attack. The second one is I'm looking for something, and I found it. The second one is shield, incentive on defense, and the third one is crown, incentive on anything else. Just a base gameplay with what I want to do. So with my rant, I felt bad about it, but then see, this is complex. This is really complex because on Reddit, I'm kind of seeing a lot of people complain about the game, right? Which I understand. But on Discord, I'm not seeing people complain about the game. So there's sort of a discourse. Sprite, lemon lime soda. Zdrowia. Leftover from lunch. Yes, I'm overweighted, so this feels good. I find it really important. So we're gonna be reading some of the comments now. There's 54 comments. I'm gonna read the top 5, 6. When you determine what you want to work on this game, and what gives you. I was getting incredibly frustrated with the legend. I do 2.5, 2.7 wave, and still never taking first. You can take a place so many times. I decided at the start of June that I'd focus only on econ. I was thinking my farm runs improve my game, give me a lot of joys. Cool. I basically only spend stone and coin on Nikon from June 1st, so just the other day, where I finally used my stone on through my PS Poison Swamp. We'll get another second in this story, and it's frustrating. We'll likely continue this hammer on Econ until I reach a ceiling where I can begin to scale Econ growth to damage enhancement. This is actually pretty good. But this is really, so when he's talking about the stone, he's talking about Econ. So this is Golden Tower, this is Black Hole, this is Spotlight, and this is Death Wave, right? So the damage. What he's trying to say is that by doing this, he's increasing a lot his coin, and then he'll be able to get some really cool stuff. So, for example, increase in your module, increase and the wave. It's good. Econ is good, but at the same time, you know. So now they're talking together. There's an entity. Go on Discord. Check the top 5200 channel. Top players are telling others when tournaments do not play against each other on trust what? Top players are not telling others when they join tournament to not play against each other. Oh, yo, something happened crazy. Something happened. I have 3 playthrough. Yesterday, I haven't played in a while, or more seriously in a while. And and I swear to God, that's true. We had, the 3 playthrough playing in Platinum yesterday against each other. Do not play each other and trust the first place. If you can dodge them with these waves, you get the first place soon. They have been cheating like this since the positive tie change. What? And mods. I don't know what that is. Ah, okay, I understand. Okay. The mods don't care since they are the one making FUD rich. Okay. So they're doing what the guy says is they make sure that every single one of them gets the top 1. On my sense of progress, it's within justify the time I spent in the game, quite just like any other game. The most exciting thing happening in the game right now is the bounce web strat. The bounce web. Besides that one, I hit the coin earning plateau since maxing GT Golden Tower. Lab finishing, which is very nice, but quickly going to run out of meaningful things to lab. I think V7, if it's even real, bring some welcome content to level things up and give us a new challenge to work on. I for one would love a brick wall to slam into the form of higher tier. My apologies. They're crafting strategy on how to beat them was much needed when in between tournaments and when I didn't want to farm. Oh. I played this game for much less time, but stopped mainly due to the reason you have to have it on 24/7. All the idle game I've played in the past have offline rewards. It just feels bad that there's no offline reward of any kind. The days actually 2 plus the screen burn literally cost us money in the form of a new phone. Yeah. Like, this is a personal thing. But I was gonna get a fourth phone to play the tower, right? That's Rovia. But then I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Cheap phone is more than enough. Here we're stuck. So yeah, I kind of want to do this video because it mirrors something I said. I kind of wanted to do this video because I wanted to feel how the community felt, and yeah, like before we finish, I have to be honest. I am a whale. I used to spend on 3 playthrough against Sword, Shield, and Crown. I used to spend on stones. So I would spend literally $70 times 3, which is 210, times 2, which is 420 per month. 420 per 12 is 4,160 per year on that. I spent on event pass, right? So I spent on everything that you could. I spent on 3 of them. So yeah, it was expensive. Still to this day, I've paid for the event pass. Yeah, I don't pay for Power Soul anymore because it's stupid. It's not worth it. It's just that I feel also with what the person said is real. I'm so happy that we got this because look at this now. It's only cloud, which is nice because I like to film. So what I do usually is I have 3 phones, which is how you saw it is charging. I'll have the filming nature and I'll have the filming myself. I played another game from Tech3, which was Black Manor, which has an offline reward system, so it's possible. My main problem with the tower was that this is my fault though. I can't play on one game. I have to play on the 3 games. I'm keeping the game because it's such a nice thing. I get to do some content times 5. I get to film 2 videos with the 2 phones, 3 tower, that's 5 videos per hour. After you do 1 hour of work, I do 5 hours of work, and it's not that much more effort. But if it was, I haven't played a tower in a month, or 2 months actually, 2 months, closer to 2 months. I haven't played this without playing something in the background. I stream, I watch this. You see, the thing with the tower is, as I said, one of the biggest thing with that is attorney. And attorney feel unjustified. I have been playing for 2 years, and I have to be honest, I'm not the best player. I'm not even the best players in my own guild. I have to check the guild, by the way. People are nice. I have a good guild though. I have a good guild. 16 legend with 800. 1 more upgrade and golden bot cooldown is max. 23 and legend with 320. Ooh. Today is what? Today is Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Talking about tournament. That's why I was like, okay. Tournament are not fun anymore. I haven't reached legend. Like I said, to maximum upkeep, I use this when I work. So what I do is I don't care about labs. So what I'll do is on the shield, it's all the health labs that are maximum till we get something of a decent base stats, and then we'll go for something more akin to ultimate weapon, shit like that, right? But I haven't looked at a lab to upgrade in months. I have a cool guild. And that's pretty much the most positive thing that is as with the game. Yeah. And you guys, if you see the channel, there's 30 videos of the tower. There's my favorite game. There's over 4,000 videos of the tower. Yeah. Yeah. 2 years. A year about 3. And 1 year about 1. Yeah. The number of hours on there is crazy. That's pretty much it. And what hurts my feeling is I don't have the best of jobs, right? So I don't have the best of hours, which is temporary. Of course, they promised me more hours, but are they gonna do it? I don't know. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know. So what kind of bugs me is I work on content a lot, and I'll do that. I'll do normal video for the YouTube. I'll do streaming for Twitch, right? In the last 4 years, and this is a true story. In the last 4 years, there's been less than 10 times, less than 20 times, where I was working without the tower being on. The problem with this is, if you want to know how much I work, you just have to look at the tower, the time. I don't do sleep run, because again, I'm recording, so it's filling up quickly. Although we did find a nudge trap, we did find how to lower the quality of the video, so it doesn't take as much space, which is good. But hey, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I don't know how I feel. I mean, it's so fucking dumb because there's a couple of things that really scares me with the tower. I spent over $3,000 on these games, which is my choice. But I'm complaining before an update. Maybe the update is going to be so important that, okay, well, guess what? We're going to be focusing on that, right? We'll be focusing on that. But at the same time, what I'm afraid of is, the guy said quality of life, but what I'm afraid of is EOS, end of service. There's this whole movement against pirate software right now, which is stop killing games. There's a possibility that the tower will not affect. See, the tower itself isn't dependent on live services. Tournament are. The tower itself isn't dependent on online services. The daily mission are. So if they stop these two, and only if they stop these two, guess what's gonna happen? If they stop these two, we have no ways, none one way to get Power Stones. No Power Stone, no ultimate weapon. I'm lucky because I'm near full ultimate weapon. Shield and Sword is different because I'm focusing on ultimate weapon that are physical or defense. I.e., I'm gonna go with the shield, which is Black Hole, Poison Swamp, Chrono Field, Golden Tower. Am I forgetting one? I think I said it all already. Wow, I remember by heart. Thank God. Yeah. Spotlight. But Spotlight doesn't count because Spotlight is unlocked with the random weapon. On Sword, we did Spotlight. We did Spotlight. We did Smart Missile. We did Chain Lightning, and we did Dead Wave. So there are literally 4 each. See, Chrono Field, Inner Landmine. I forgot Inner Landmine. You're right. Yes, I forgot Poison Swamp and Inner Landmine. That's pretty much it. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm not gonna stop playing the tower because it's my favorite game. But at the same time, much I'm craving sugar. At the same time, we already did stop playing the tower. I don't play on its own right now. So yeah, what was that all about? Dumbling buying. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 17 July 2025. Today, we're doing a cool video. We're doing a taste test, but it's not a simple taste test. About 2 months ago, I did my very first sponsored video, which is by Keiki Reichi. So KeiKiRachy on Instagram. And my mom was talking about me, of course, because I'm a darling daughter. So that was a dude. How dare you assume my gender? And she was like, "Oh, my son make content," and she understood that I was a big time deal. You remember, guys? Remember the show Big Time Rush? That was one of the members. No, not one of the members. So she made me cookies, and it was our first sponsored. She put our little logo, which is super cute, and yeah. So my mom said, "Hey, Rachel, her real name is she made you some banana cake." So now we're about to be having our second sponsorship. I'm a huge fan of banana chips. I said banana chips, banana cake. Look at this. Look at this. This is a beautiful cake. Now, you're gonna say, oh, dude, you're gonna say, it's a bit brown. It's completely normal. So what she did was, it's butter on top. And what I wanna put here, what I wanna show you is this. So you see here, you see this yellow spot? These are legit bananas. A lot of people, what they're gonna do is they're gonna put their banana to the blender. So they give a unctuous taste of banana. Some people, what they prefer doing is a normal banana. So this is supposed to be banana and walnuts. I'm already tasting some little nuts, which are super cool. There you go. So I'm gonna be able to show you. This is gonna be delicious because her cookie was delicious and she's super talented. Plus, she's a really great woman, so it'd be nice, right? She's my mom neighbor. And the weird thing is, she's not any of my mom neighbors. So she lives in the same building, but she doesn't live with my mom. She lives at the first floor, my mom lives at the fourth floor. So my mom must have told everybody about me. So we can see right away inside the amount of chocolate chip there is. Oh, there's gonna be piggish. Guys, you ready? Let's freaking go. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Actually, the flour is whole wheat, which is healthier. I prefer a normal all-purpose flour. That's just me. If that's healthy. You take a bite and you think, holy crap, there's a lot of walnuts, right? The texture of the cake is very crunchy. But then, it's genius because it takes walnut, it takes chocolate chip, which go really well together. And when you do taste the cake itself tastes banana. Oh. It's a really good base. Most of banana cakes are not going to taste like banana like that. It's really well incorporated with the batter. There's a lot of stuff. Very, very piggy, but it's good. See? It all come together so well. But so well. Wow. There's so much going on. This is just a good cake. I'm not supposed to like it because, in my opinion, there's so much walnut and much chocolate chip. And then you take wheat flour, so I'm not supposed to like it. But it just works together so perfectly. The portions are nice. You know? So what's gonna happen is here's a cake banana way. When you munch into a walnut, you have walnut and banana. When you crunch it to a chocolate chip, it does go with the whole thing. It's insanely less. It's silly good balance. I don't think I'm gonna like me for it, but it's good. Is it perfect? Well, knowing that's the person behind it, I'm super grateful. Super grateful. Just got this. And even my mom, she's so sweet. My mom, she's like, hey. So she asked my mom, say, hey, what does your son like? My mom said banana. Do I like banana? I like banana, but my mom still picture me as a baby. When I was a baby, I would eat a lot of bananas. So good. So good. Oh yeah. Anyway. Whatever guys. It's easy. Peace. I'm so sick. I'm so sick. Okay, let's go. So sick. Oh shit. I did. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Oof. Open eye. Okay. Don't know what's up with the homie. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. So doing well. So having a wonderful day on this 17 July 2025. It's okay, I'm safe. My door is not locked. We're safe, bro. Don't worry about it. Today we're doing it kind of like a rent. You know what? I should restart this video, but I think it had a little bit of something to it. Today we're talking about a subject that is kind of controversial. I'm gonna be trying not to be offensive, but I might be offending a couple people. And it's a follow-up as to what I was talking about during the live TikTok live of today. I was talking about veganism with Janice. And then, sorry, you brought up the vegan teacher, right? Talk about how aggressive she was, and talk about a vegan fatigue. And I gotta admit, you see, with Janice is actually a super cool problem, a super cool subject, because he has his own belief, right? Not religious, but his general belief, and there's something that you could say he celebrates. I cannot tell you more because I don't know how secret it is, but there's this group of people that he follows. And this group of people is also a kind of like in the margin, right? So, for example, you see your absolute normal person and what society present a normal person as, and then you have a couple of groups that are not falling into these category or these certain specific requirements to be considered normal. And the high society, am I normal? Fuck no. Am I normal in real life? Possibly no. Okay, but and then the group of people that he follows, there was a lot of discrimination against in early days. So with Jen is talking about that, it was kind of cool because vegan, there's also this vegan fatigue. See, with the veganism movement, what really bothers me, think about veganism, of course, right? What it bothers me is that there's so many celebrities that are vegan, and they're not out there saying, hey, you have to be vegan. They're not out there saying, hey, you know what, the way you are, this is not cool, let's do this. So Janet brought up the vegan teacher. Now, of course, him bringing up the vegan teacher is him bringing up right away the extremists. So one of the person that is the most vocal about veganism, but also the most hated because of her point of view, because of the way that she approaches things. And so we started talking about veganism, right? And we started talking about, the thing is, see, for vegetarians are, it's very complex. It's very complex as a subject. See, this is when I don't plan before I come. With vegetarian is, to me, this is super normal because, yes, we were talking about this also with my boss on Monday for a demo job, and his wife, she does a cleanse every single year, and she goes vegetarian, not vegan, vegetarian for a month. So, and he said it's a lot of work because they always have to check out their levels of protein. So they'll do a lot of nuts, they'll do a lot of cheese, right? So vegan, it's only I'm gonna call it. You cannot have cheese. Nuts are good, berries are good, tofu is good because it's part of a plant. So you were talking about that, and to me, your personal food choice is entirely up to you. Now, you could argue about the safety of food. For example, I'm eating a lot, I'm eating enough. I'm eating a lot, I'm not eating enough. So what does that mean? I'm eating a lot, but am I getting the carbs that I need? Am I getting the proteins that I need? Am I getting every single nutriment that my body needs for that? I can spend a day eating chips. I'm not gonna get all the nutriment, but I'm gonna die tomorrow? No. Over a prolonged period, though, it's problematic because your body has these needs. These needs for iron, these needs for magnesium, these needs for vitamins, right? Iron, carbs. It's simple. The way you work, the way you do it, is you think about old Pokemon video games, which is yellow and silver. So you got zinc, you got carbos, where you got calcium, you got protein, right? So this was pretty much it. So there's a certain kind of, for example, Nikocado also, I want to talk about Nikocado because he's honestly a person that I respect a lot. Nikocado Avocado. Also part of the group, the same group as Genesis. I fucking adore Nicaragua Avocado because you guys see this person that is very memeable that does the it's your fault. The person that got into a beef with Penguin, the person that was getting parodied every single day. I saw the person 5 years ago, and I started listening to him, and that was my experience with Nicaragua. The dude that told story, a dude that was doing an hour and a half videos of just eating and chilling, you know. So to me, that was super cool. To me, that was really important. To me, this was the proof of, how can I say that? To me, this was the proof that it's a so stupid thing. Nikocado was pre-content creation. Nikocado was pre-content creation, and Nikocado was how can I say this? I didn't watch Nikocado Avocado. I listened to Nikocado Avocado, and then I started watching it because at work I needed something to listen to, and he was one of the person that made the most content. I'm looking for more content, so it's like, okay, well, I can listen to him for like a week at work, and the week is gonna go faster, which is a great thing. So Nikocado comes in, right, and I'm starting to listen to him, and I really fall in love with the guy. Not love romantically, but love with the guy because of the content creator. Now, the whole Tiffany Soul happened, and then it went just downhill from there. So this was a bit of a shame. And the funniest thing is, I discovered Nikocado. I want to say November 2020, and then the thing with Stephanie So happens, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm not gonna be able to listen to you anymore because your content is so nasty right now. But then Nick was very open about his veganism and the pros of it, the cons of it. And then you had Orlin, who, see, so in the case of Nick, and this is opinion, and in the case of Nick, he said, I want to be vegan, but there's need to be something in between because we're unhealthy. And Orlin, he's like, I don't care about being healthy as long as I protect animal. There's two ways of thinking about it, right? So, am I saying that there's not something wrong with veganism? No. Am I saying that you should eat yourself to death? Nah. No. I'm overweighted. I'm at the opposite of the spectrum. I eat too many junk food. I eat too many processed food. So I'm at the opposite. Should I change my eating habits? Absolutely. Absolutely. I should have changed them 5 months ago, 7 months ago. I'm 32 years old, and it's super hard to lose weight. Trust me. So I'm not super well versed in veganism, right? But the reason why I'm talking about that is because I would much rather learn it from Nikocado. Why? Because he has lived a lifestyle. Because he can tell you what's good. He might not agree with the lifestyle, but there's things that he's informed. Then for other content creators that are vegan, I'm gonna with Kane. Kane is I don't know his full name, but I watched a couple of his lives, to be honest, and I watched a lot of his TikTok. Is a guy that eats all the fruits. So what he does, which is super fucking cool, is he's gonna come in and he's gonna have a fruit. He's gonna show you the fruit. He's gonna show you the fruit and tell you what it is, and he's gonna tell you the texture, the taste. He's gonna tell you a life story, or he's gonna tell you a little life lesson. And that guy is a genuine good dude. He's amazing. He's amazing, and he teaches you about fruits. What I was talking about also Orlin. Orlin is berrytarian. Berrytarians are people that only eat berry. Yeah. So with Kane, he talks about the fruits, and he's making you more aware of fruits, which is the way to go. Dennis was talking about vegan teacher, and we're talking about aggressivity. In my case, I tend, not all the time, not every single day, but I tend to respond to aggressivity with aggressivity. That's the way I'm wired. Don't get mad at me because I'll get mad at you. This is a response, emotional response. At the same time, it's weird because if you're happy, I'm happy. If you're mad, I'm mad. So that's the kind of way I work. And then with the vegan teacher, we talk about that, right? And then I was talking about how eating meat was somewhat of a good thing. Killing the animals is a good thing, no. But at the same time, you're taking a cow, you're taking a chicken, right? And they don't have a defense system. They don't have defense mechanism when it comes to predators. So when you leave them in the jungle, they're basically up to themselves. Now, technically speaking, is that true? Yes and no. So if you look at, and again, this is what my perception. There's no fact behind it. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. But from what I understand is, for example, dogs. Look at dogs 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago. They weren't like that. Was breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding, domesticated. That made the dog the best animal, the man best friend, right? Cat, the same thing. So maybe it happened with chicken and cows. A bull will kill you, but a cow won't. So they're completely defenseless. So yes, you're breeding them to kill. You're breeding them to kill. And this is bad, of course. But then even if you breed them to kill, and you ended up having a better life than if you were in the wild, then at the end of the day, I give you the chance. This is kind of crazy, but think about life in itself. Depending on the country that you're born in, depending on the parents that you have, depending on your parents' financial situation, you might have a great life or you might have a shitty life. It's all dependent. The cow is the same thing. It might be born on a farm, it might be born in the wild. And then you take another person, another animal that is part of the bovine family. Take the bison. Bison is a fucking monster. Try to kill a bison, he'll kill you first. So then we're talking about bred to kill, and I got kind of heated. I was like, "Don't you understand? We're bred to kill." And listen to such a good video. So I know it took some time to get there. And the craziest thing is the intro to be longer than the video because the video is actually quite simple. You guys want to defend animals that are bred to be killed, right? But what you don't understand is this is kind of normalcy. We are bred to be killed. We are bred from a very young age by parents that want us to be social. The parents, what they're gonna do is they're gonna bring you to the park, they're gonna bring you to the kindergarten, to the daycare, and they want you to be social. At school, you can succeed. At school, what you're gonna be learning is gonna be learning how to work. Work is gonna be part of society. So you're working and you're being part of something bigger than you, right? For example, you're a plumber. Because you're plumbing, people are able to go to the bathroom, they're able to drink water, they're able to do a lot. Right? You're an electrician. Because you're an electrician, people are able to watch TV, be on the Wi-Fi, have a light. What we're doing right now is an electrician. I'm drinking water. It takes a plumber. It takes all people in the world to do a job, right? But what you have to understand is you're bred for a purpose. You're bred for being a positive working force in the system. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being part of a system. Because again, we need the system to work. And for the system to work, we need people to make the system work. So there's a cycle. The system works, right? Works for us. And as a payback, we have to work for the system. The system continues and the cycle continues, right? But at the same time, we're bred for that. We're bred. People, they have incentive to have kids. The government would actually give you money for having kids. The government will give you money. In Canada, will give you a sum of money every single month to help you with the kids' needs. This is an investment at its purest form. You want you to be a working member of society. So you can pay back your debt to society. Not with money, but making sure the society survive. Right? And I've heard of it. My father was raised on a farm. They used to take the cow, and he used to attach a huge hoe behind it, not a whore, but a hoe. And they would do the field like that. When they would do the field, I would plant the seed, then they have the same cow walk backward and put the dirt back. This is how people did. Now there's machinery, of course, but still, we're all part of a system. We're all bred to kill. You have a cycle of life, which is birth, from cradle to coffin. Then there's a more sinister way of seeing it. There's a more sinister way of seeing this. From nursery to retirement home. Right? And if you want to go further, there's from first day at school to last day at work. You know? We're all bred for that. Is it wrong? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying wrong, but it's a cycle of life. Listen, a farmer It's so complex because with veganism, I agree with a lot of what they say. Like I saw a I'm not gonna even talk about the movie because it's disgusting. But there's a movie where they filmed people, and now it's controversial because they took the word slaughterhouse. People were basically kicking cows. They were really not doing a good job. They were purposefully hurting the animals. There's a very human way, very, very human way to kill the animals. For example, the Muslim, what they'll do is they'll slit the throat. I don't know how painful that is, but it's less painful than being beaten to death. There's a lot of way to be killing animals humanly. So we're talking about a air pistol, right? I know you should talk about that, but humanly. So yes, some there's slaughterhouse that are completely against human nature. There's monsters. That I'm against. I'm against hurting animals, of course. But then, and I'm gonna say this in the nicest way possible. This is gonna be disgusting, and I'm sorry, but think about the person working, right? Think about the person working, and the person that's working, they have very poor life condition. It is the same as an animal that is not comfortable. See, the difference between free range chicken and chicken, normal chicken, they'll be allowed to walk on fields, you know? Some animals, they never leave the barn in which they're born. That's fucked up. That is fucked up because it's not a life. Hurting animals, either psychologically, emotionally, physically, it's bad, right? But at the same time, I mean, this doctor, this cook, Matty Matterson, who plays in The Bear, but is Canadian, has gone into hunting trip because he says, if I'm going to eat the beasts, I want to be responsible for his life. I want to use every part of this animal because I slaughtered this animal. This is my responsibility that doesn't go to waste, you know. And then at the same time, there's such a discourse about that. I'm not against breeding animals for eating, but I'm against hunting. Which are both the same thing. They're both killing the animals. How many people have hunted, taking the head and left the body? Disgusting. It's disgusting. They take the rhinos. They hunt them for their horn, which is the primordial system of defense, right? They take the walrus tusk. How many sharks were hunted for their fins? Yeah, but ain't the predator. So, it's a cycle of life. It's a cycle of life. I'm against that. You see, it's a tough question because, but then at the same time, with vegetarian, and this wasn't the main purpose of the video, but let's talk about it. With vegetarian, you're able to have this very healthy lifestyle. Veganism also. What is the difference between vegan and vegetarian? Vegan is no animal products, so butter, forget about it. Milk, forget about it. I think they're not allowed with honey. Eggs, they're not allowed. But then I don't know if vegetarians are allowed with eggs because it's technically a meat. Technically, I don't know if you're allowed. You're not allowed a product of, for example, cheese, yogurt, a product of milk from a cow. You can't do that. Nuts are good though. Nuts are good. Nuts are pretty much amazing natural thing. See, we're gonna run out of food. Resources is becoming a big problem in the world, and with resources, we're gonna have problem with food and water and shit like that. So what they're gonna do is we're gonna start eating bugs, which are a superfood. They contain a lot of proteins, a lot of nutrients, and bugs are gonna be the next thing. There's grasshopper flour, the flour for all-purpose flour, like making bread, making pizza. It's all part of it, you know. How insane is that? How insane is that? This is nuts. This is nuts. But then as a vegan, I think I'm thinking about it, and there's a lot of things that you can do. For example, you can do peanut butter. You can do a vegan spaghetti. Spaghetti, no, because spaghetti takes pasta. Pasta requires eggs. Forget about it. You can do gnocchi. Gnocchi also requires eggs. Yeah, this is a bit more complex. But bread, you're good. Bread, you're good. Soup, you're good. Soup, you're super good. There's a ton of soup that you can do. You can do a nice tomato soup. You can do a nice. We're Canadian. I don't know if it's a French Canadian, it's a Canadian thing, but pea soup is something that we eat a lot. Pea soup is perfect. Pea soup is perfect. Very nutritious. You can do. You can't even do disco fries. See, and also there's a thing that's because, for example, with vegan, you're not allowed to eat fat of animals, right? You're not allowed to eat fat of animals. So when you eat animal grease, you can't. Muslim also. Did you guys know that Muslim? There was a stream. There was this guy called Neon and Fusi. Fusi too, and Fusi was eating this. It's a burrito, but it wasn't. And then he said, "This is haram." Neon said, "This is haram," which means this is not permitted by God. And Fusi's like, "What are you talking about? There's no pork in that. It's read the ingredients." And there's gelatin. Gelatin is made with the fat of pigs. Yeah. There you go. This is a lot more complex than we think. Do I think that you're able to be vegan and healthy? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to be harder? Yes. And at the same time, it's all the question also of birth. Like, I don't think there was a lot of vegan 50 years ago. I don't think there was a lot of vegan in the 90s when I was born. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was a lot of them. There was more vegan than fucking omnivores, which is us. Omnivores are people that eats all food. You know? So yeah. But it's at the same time it's kind of nuts because if you're if you're born and you never had a piece of meat, it's not a big deal that you're giving it up, right? It's not a big deal because you don't know what it is. You don't really know what you're eating. You don't really know. Oh, what is that? I don't care what that is. It's not a problem because you don't know what you're giving up. Versus somebody else. Yeah. Get emotional because we're seeing my boy be successful and I'm proud of him. It's tough. It's tough. It's more so a question of. It's really tough. Because it becomes more so a question of, am I giving up on something that I like or not? I heard, and this is a true story, I heard people say that a kid being vegan is children cruelty. Do I agree with that? No. I think I was talking about religion a lot. Now, you guys have heard me talk about religion in this video a lot. I talk about veganism and omnivores and shit like that, right? So why is religion something that is super important in this discussion? Because religion is a way of life. Religion is a will. Religion is something of a belief, of a faith. Veganism, without being a culture, it's a culture. It's not a religion. It's not a faith. It's not a cult. It's a faith. I don't want to hurt other animals for my benefit. I refuse to do that. This is quite noble. This is quite nice. As a kid, my parents wanted me to be very religious, but my parents were weird with that because, like, yo, I don't care how often you go to the church, but I want you to be baptized, which I am. I want you to be communized, which I am, and I want you to go to confirmation, which I didn't do. And yeah. So I think you show the kids how you live, then you let the kid make their own decision. Even with the confirmation, my parents were like, yo, you're gonna receive so many gifts, don't you want gifts? And I'm like, you're literally bribing me, which is against the 7 deadly sin of luxury, of greed. You understand? But then at the same time, it's very normal of them because they want me to be protected in the height of God. They both believe in God, which I do too. I believe in God, but I don't believe in God. I believe in God, a God that has no name. I believe in a God that has no religion. There's a higher power up there. I just don't know what it is, nor do I care. I know there's a higher power up there. That's all I need to know. My parents wanted me to be confirmed, baptized, First Communion, because they wanted me to be accepted in the kingdom of heaven. There's a lot more in that than the kingdom of heaven. But at the same time, they were trying to protect me, trying to ensure me in life. See, I come from a family where the Godfather is in charge of your religious background. My Godfather is an amazing human being, but he's not religious at all. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I wish I had religion. See, I would go vegetarian for months. Yeah, I would. Not because I believe in the whole, like, oh, you must be vegetarian if you want to be a good person. But because I like the will. Like, for example, I'm seeing people, people in church, people at the mosque, and they're praying 5 to 6 times a day. Would I do it? No. Because, again, I don't believe in Allah, which is my choice. I believe in okay, this is complex. I believe in a version of Allah. I believe in a version of Buddha. I believe in a version of Jesus. I believe in a version of David. I believe in a version of Shiva. I believe in a version of every single god that you can think about. Every single god that you think about. They just don't have a name. Is there more than one god? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm very open-minded, spiritually speaking. Yeah. But the thing with, for example, praying 5 times a day, there's discipline behind it, and that I like. That I like a lot. Because you need the discipline in life, you know? The vegetarian, again, this is not going to be a nice subject, but the vegetarian that goes out with friends, and they have to ask for a salad because there's no vegetarian menu. It sucks. You don't want to eat salad every single meal. But it's your choice, right? In fact, you cannot eat pork, and in fact, you cannot drink alcohol. That's also something like that. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay. What is the next video? The next video is, drum roll please, drum roll. Meeting, Brad recording Squid Game, the art. Okay, perfect. In my dead or in my dreaming instead, a cornucopia of opium has flowed in my head. Oopsies. Oopsies. Don't blink, it's your boy Ying. Welcome to your show. Today we're having a wonderful day. You guys ask for horizontal videos. I'm gonna change this. That way I'm looking at you guys. It's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit better. I've been asking for horizontal videos. I have given upon you a horizontal video. This is my episode today. Aren't you happy? Today we are talking about a subject, ladies and gentlemen, which is kind of important. And the subject of the day, it's not charging properly. You suck. You suck. Anyway, this is my last video. So, and how did the meeting go? So you guys know. Today we did a video about the meeting and how it's supposed to go, and my belief of the meeting, how I thought it was gonna go. Blah 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 blah. So now we did the meeting, and I know what you're saying, dude. Your meeting was at 2 o'clock. Why are you doing it at 9? Because the meeting in itself went well. I had a meeting with a certain person. I'm not gonna say her name because I'm not exposing people, of course. But she's super nice. She's younger than me. I was expecting a lady. She was younger than me, so I'm like, oh fuck. But at the same time, I'm getting in age, so a lot of people are gonna be younger than me, which is normal. So it goes and it's working well. I have to say, this is my first time going there, and it's a super nice place. It is a super nice place. It's super nice. People are kind. Everybody was smiling, which felt good. It's a governmental office, which is a CGE, Centre Jeunesse Emploi, which is a center for job youth, I guess, and they help you find a job, right? So I went to the place. I had to find it because it was on the corner of a street, but covered by trees. So it's not true. If you're walking on the streets, you'll see it, but you literally have to watch the buildings. If you don't watch the building, it's a small door, and most of the door itself is open, but most of so it's like a glass wall. The glass wall is covered by the trees and shit like that. The door is actually pretty open, so you're good. You have to know it's there. So I go in, and I'm late. I'm a couple minutes late because I didn't know where to go, and it's okay because she was later. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the place is super nice. The people are nice. We're a lot. We're two people there, and God bless her. The person in front of me, she was very shy. So I came in, and it's complex. I came in, and there was this. I'm gonna say a secretary, or a front desk lady, and I could tell she was bored, and she tried a couple of times. When I was there, she was talking to the girl, and the second girl, which is in front of me, was very shy. I'm like, oh. And then I came in, and you guys know me, I'm loud and extroverted, so I was making them laugh, which is great. She said, hey, when you're ready, you can follow me. And I've been there for a couple minutes. I was like, I've been ready for an hour. So she laughed as we go. We went and filled in a form, which my form is filled. It's completely nice. I had one problem, which is because of nervous. I was nervous. I go in, and I write my email, but I don't write the at. So I asked her, I don't know, this said it's not working. And then she looked at me. There's no at. I said, oh, okay, thank you. So we go to see the meeting. The meeting went really well. However, it's complex. So what exactly happened was I had a call from the government, and they were saying, hey, we would like you to think about your future. What do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do a formation? And I was like, no, I cannot do a formation because I don't have the cash for formation. And then she's like, oh, we offered formation that we pay you. And would you be interested? I'm like, okay, sure. Watching porn? That's a weird porn to watch. We go in, and it's going well. She's super, super kind. Again, she's younger than me, and we start talking. And she felt like a bit like a social worker, more so. But she was really there to say, she said, oh no, I'm so sorry guys. I'm tired to send out this video. So I go in, and then I receive a call from the next day. And they say, this is the Centre Jeunesse Emploi. And we're calling you. I'm like, Centre Jeunesse Emploi? I'm like, I'm not a youth, first of all. Jeunesse is youth. It's, it's youth. There's another word for it, but youth is the perfect word. Let's use youth. And so I go in, and she's super nice. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that appointment. We start talking. And then she was like, she asked me to talk about myself. I said, okay, this is a test of, you want to see what job I am. We start talking. I'm like, do you think that your TV look good? I'm like, yeah, okay. And then she started talking, and she's like, do you have any questions? So she tell me, this is what I'm going to do today. This is the plan of today. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. And she said, do you have any question? I said, I was talked to on the phone. Puppy. I was talking on the phone about formation and guidance. Like, oh, that's not me at all. And I'm like, okay. She's like, that's my coworker. So I'm like, oh, okay, you're the first step before I meet your coworker. And she's like, no, but if you want me to have an appointment with a coworker, I'm like, I can do it. I said, please. So she's gonna help me. She's gonna help me with a couple of things. She's gonna help me with how an interview should do, how a CV should be put. So it's still some important stuff. It is still some important stuff. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a legit counselor. She was more so a, okay, let's put it like that. This is perfect. I love it. She was more so a consultant, and I was looking for a counselor. A consultant she's a pro at getting the first step. So again, what we told you about the CV, the interview, where to apply, how to apply online, in person, the septic. the follow-ups and shit like that, which is good because I never learned that. You guys know what's the craziest thing? I haven't looked for a job since I was 20. Holy shit. Yeah, I haven't looked for a job since 23 years old. It was 9 years ago. 9 years, which is basically 2014. Yeah. I haven't looked for a job since 2014. That's making sense. That's 11 years. I'm not gonna math. Ah, my fuck. I moved at 20. Okay. Yeah, okay. My apologies. I thought I moved that to 18. I was like, no, that's not making sense. Um, so yeah, so I haven't been looking for a job in 9 years. So kind of, the world changed a little bit, right? Um, so this is gonna help me. We were talking about it. We didn't do a lot today. She's like, oh, today is just the introduction. Like, okay, cool. And we're talking about what would interest you. And then she gave me some pointers. So I was talking about glass blower. She said, oh, that's a really good job. She said, there's a lot of formation for that though. You're not gonna be out of the school for a year. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little secret, okay? This is between you and I, don't tell her. Um, this is a good thing. Because, like I was saying, and the bike ride after, a school will guarantee you work. So, for example, the minimum salary of your job is $25, right? The school will pay you $18. So then you're like, Ink, why the fuck would you work for $18 when you can do 25 per hours? Well, first of all, you don't have a job. You don't have a guarantee of a job. What happened if you get fired? What happened if you lose a job for X, Y, Z reason? You're fucked. The school will guarantee you a year of work. And yes, you're making a little bit less of a salary, but how many people are doing internship and are not even paid? So I was like, okay, well, this is the clearly the best thing to do. So she said he did a lot of schooling. I'm like, okay, I'm not afraid of schooling. I thought about the second job. Second job being a photograph. She's like, okay, this is a really cool job. Do you have any knowledge in computer? I'm like, not really. She's like, okay, we can teach you. And then she said, and this is cool. The funniest thing is, yesterday when I talked about the job, I was talking about glass blower because I was like, okay, well, this could be a cool job. Then about photograph, talking to my mom, she said, you could be a photograph. You like filming stuff. And I'm like, well, I do like filming stuff. You're right. Photographer would be really cool. And then she brought up a photographer for food. So you guys know when they do a promotion for food. You guys know when they're doing a promotion for food. You guys know when they're doing am I pressing the button or not? I don't even know if I'm pressing. When you do promotion for food, or when you do like I'm a fan. Well, more my father, but I'm a fan of. They call it discounts, circulaire. So basically, it's what's on special this week. They give you a bag of special at this store, at this store, at this store. And I don't know why, but some pictures in there looks amazing. I'm like, yo, this could be me, you know? She talked to shit about this, and it was like a great idea. So this might be what I was doing well. So how did the meeting go? Absolutely phenomenal. Super nice person. Yeah, I like it. I like the building, which was cool. The people seem nice, so I don't mind going back and forth. It is. There's some negative though. It is highly governmental. Governmental sometimes are slow. So I'm gonna have to see 3-4 times the person before we actually do some what should we call it? I'm thinking in French today. Démarche, which is step into getting hired. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy. But then I thought about this in the live, and Anna, which is a really good friend of mine, shout out Anna Marie Tree, said that she had a hard time finding a job. Then Andrew was like, yo, my job is not giving me hours. There's possibly a problem with work, I don't know. Again, this schooling is gonna be coming in nice. So yeah, so I was extremely interested in that. I was extremely interested in that. I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue. Reading went well. Was it look what I was looking for? No. Does it matter? No. At the same time, a job is a job. Is it gonna help me? Absolutely. Was it the help that I was needed? No. But help is help, right? I mean, that's my problem. Maybe the first steps. How many interviews did I have that it didn't work? You know, I don't know. I have no clue. What I do know is I'm looking forward to what's next. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking forward to it. And I'll keep you updated for sure. That's pretty much it. So I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. It's a good day. I feel like I'm not giving justice. I'm not giving full credits. They were really kind. They were really kind. Definitely something that is more positive than negative. And that's a plus. See, in Lachine, we're a small town, right? And when I'm a small town, you guys see that there's a lot of improvement, of city improvement. This building is getting better. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough for me. Because I came in to get more answered at my question. And then I still have those questions. I'm like, it didn't go as planned. But then I I should have known from, and that's the worst thing. That's my fault also because I heard about the building and I didn't even check the building on the website. So that's on me. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm really tired. So let's go sleep. I love you guys. Peace. Okay. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go here. I was lost, now I'm found. Star, that's my boy.
Il y a beaucoup de gens qui disent que je veux faire un live ce soir pour ramasser des dons pour mon ami qui est décédé. Puis non merci, ce n'est pas la question.